Whatever the vital signs are of a mare about to foal, you can never be absolutely sure until a brand new hoof heralds the end of an 11-month wait.
It's always amazing, Adam. It's never get sick of it, you know, even with the numbers that we're pulling here.
Safwa is a maiden mare, a first-time mum who, lucky for us, wanted to share the moment, and certainly a privilege. The mare needed some guidance, then from the darkness emerged a plucky bay colt, the son of seasoned stallion Versace Pegasus.
He's got a stack of quality. The owners will be very happy.
Besides a handful of stud staff, there are of course the sticky beaks, all of them expecting as well. And who'd want to miss this? At 15 minutes old, a potential champion on all fours.
Oh, there's a Bob!
Over at Hospital 1, it's a process repeated some 6 hours later for a far more experienced mum. Shedding its amniotic sac from one world to the next, this chestnut colt is foal number 3 for Natural Thunder and season 10 for night watcher Lucy Ryan. It's an emotional experience, and the moments that follow delivery are perhaps the most precious, a time when mother and son bond.
He should be up shortly, and we'll be looking for a drink off the mare, and we more or less leave them to it unless they need a hand.
Compared with the rest of the stud, the foaling unit is quite basic, a humble beginning for what presents as an elaborate life in the so-called sport of kings. At dawn, Coolmore wakes to news of 2 new foals, and like all newborns, they have to be weighed.
53.
Safwa's little one no longer all legs, but a picture of health and wealth worth an estimated $250,000. What makes this process even more amazing is the financial risk involved. Despite the bloodlines, the textbook deliveries and positive signs, these foals are nowhere near a sure thing. It's a gamble right from the start. And one few can afford. The now Australian champion sire and Costa del Lago will cover as many as 200 mares over the 4-month period, charging a shade over $300,000 for every single service.
He's counting down the days. I think he's very much looking forward to getting back to work.
As is decorated sprinter Fastnet Rock, who despite his progeny being untested on the track, still commands a fee of $82,500.
Trainers' reports are very promising. We're very much looking forward to seeing his stock.
The stallions start work a month from today. From then the cycle starts all over again, looking forward to the horse's birthday and whatever gift of nature, indeed luck, may come. Adam McILRICK, NBN News. It's at the Williamtown RAF base where you really can appreciate just how far military aircraft have come since the Avenger torpedo bomber was built in 1944. What sort of an aircraft is it like to fly?
Well, it's a bit of a truck really, but I mean, having said that, it's very, very stable, so once you get it in the cruise mode, it'll just sit there.
Phil Frawley should know he flew the 65-year-old aircraft from Coolangatta to the Hunter.
Consumes about 340 litres of aviation gasoline per hour and 1.2 gallons of oil per hour. So
it's quite thirsty.
It is very thirsty aeroplane, yeah. It's not cheap to run, that's for sure.
The reason its wings were designed to fold in and out was to help with storage on aircraft carriers. The Avenger made for an imposing sight for any enemy.
Somebody coined the phrase, that is a big mother of an aeroplane, so we couldn't be so cruel as to call it that, so we just call it Big Mama.
And the grand old girl still has the wings to keep flying. She's set to spend her semi-retirement in Cessnock as the feature of a new aviation museum. Adam McILRICK, NBN News. Keeping house was becoming too much for Doug and Phil Delves, and faced with the prospect of moving into a nursing home, the octogenarians instead decided to call on Anglican Care to help out.
In-house respite, shopping, cleaning, cooking, all of the things that Phil was actually starting to find a bit of a chore.
So much so it left Phil little time for her passion, but she's now reconnected with that, a rebirth of sorts.
I love it, I live it. When I start to paint, everything is oblivious other than the painting. Time doesn't mean anything.
Neither does tradition. Phil's been breaking the artistic mould ever since she started painting as a student 45 years ago.
And I told the teacher I would have to give up because it wasn't traditional. She said, you know what you are. She said, it's God's gift of true naive. And it's been such a pleasure.
The walls in this home are clusters of colour which feature alcoholic lions and divas in deep red. Dreams on canvas brought to life in a world Phil revels in. There's another one there.
The other one, you can see those whimsical eyes.
Her work has won awards, been featured in magazines, sold in studios. She's even had a piece auctioned at the famed Christie's in London. But her biggest fan is much closer to home, and one who subscribes to the theory, happy wife, happy life. She's got a wild imagination. How do you keep up with her?
I don't contradict anything. I just let it go. Let her do what she wants to do.
And I paint away, and then all those colours just appear. I don't study it as I go along, but they just appear. And that's the magic of it.
Adam McILRICK, NBN News. Chelsea Ruthenberger was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia at just 9 weeks old.
Hello.
But the treatment has so far gone well, and soon the 22-month-old can look forward to a life free of cancer.
He's quite a lively one now. At the start it was a bit touch and go, but as you can see she's definitely going really well.
How are you going, Chelsea?
Hello.
Oh. The Ruthenbergers relocated from Darwin for treatment at John Hunter Children's Hospital, which today celebrated 10 years of an expanded cancer service with a big new sign and cake to match. In January 1999, Dr. Frank Alvaro was the first oncologist appointed through money raised by NBN's telethon 2 years earlier. The new service would mean kids with cancer, like Andrew O'Malley, could be treated locally.
Always support here, the doctors, the nurses, therapists, psychologists, and they always got you through, no matter how down you were.
I mean, we are a smaller unit compared to the Sydney units, but I think we give them a more personalised service, and I think they really enjoy that.
Today, there are 3 oncologists working within what's become a very specialised team. It includes pharmacists, psychologists, a social worker, even play and music therapists.
Happy birthday to you.
Adam McILRICK, NBN News. Finally tonight, evidence that singing really does come from the soul. Catherine Marnie is a self-confessed Christmas music junkie, and although she can't see the notes, they are delivered by a voice described as angelic. Regular churchgoers to Newcastle's inner city Catholic parishes have long enjoyed the talents of Catherine Marnie. Born blind, she attended school with other vision-impaired children, learning to feel the music before going on to live for it.
We always sang. We sang when we washed the dishes, we sang when we played, and we always sang in church. And I'm really grateful to the Dominican sisters, some of whom may be watching tonight. I'm really grateful to them for nurturing that ability and that love within me.
And it's the 9:30 Christmas morning mass at Newcastle's Sacred Heart Cathedral that Catherine loves the most. Sharing a passion with Director of Music, Greg Smith.
It's my favourite time of playing because you get to pull out all the stops on the organ. And
the two have developed their own way to communicate mid-song. Some of the pieces are written by Greg himself and brought to life by Catherine.
Yes, it's always good to have like an angel on call.
Humble, this vocalist was reluctant to share her talent, but we're glad she did. Silent Night is Catherine's favourite because others sing along with her, and with gusto.
I love that it makes a difference to the people. I mean, primarily, it's not about me, it's about God and faith, and it's about enhancing, hopefully, the prayer experience of those who gather to worship.
blessed with an amazing gift indeed. And that is the latest news from NBN this Christmas Day. From our family to yours, have a safe and happy holiday. Good night.